According to a bombshell new report from the New York Times, it does appear that Mark Meadows, Donald Trump's former chief of staff, did in fact flip on Donald Trump to a certain degree. We're not talking about full-blown cooperation with Special Prosecutor Jack Smith, but we are talking about more cooperation than most other witnesses would be willing to give. So, here's what happened. Initially, during his first performance in front of the grand jury with Jack Smith, Mark Meadows didn't want to answer any questions. He was saying, I'm not going to do that. Executive privilege, Fifth Amendment, not talking. But it was the executive privilege claim that he used more often than others. And he had said, listen, Trump's claiming executive privilege over all this. Who am I to go against executive privilege? I don't want to get in trouble. Then, of course, the court said, yeah, you don't have that. And it was at that point that Mark Meadows was called back into that grand jury and he said, okay, there is no executive privilege. All right, listen to this. And that's all we know. That's all we know. We don't know what came next. We don't know what he told them, but we do know that he started talking. So that's the interesting part here. And even though we don't know what exactly he said, we do know, according to these reports, that he cooperated with both the document scandal and the investigation into Trump's attempts to overturn the 2020 election. So it wasn't just, okay, I'll give you information here, but I got nothing over here. Meadows gave pretty good information based on what we know for both of the investigations, which likely explains why Meadows was not one of the people indicted in Trump's attempts to overturn the 2020 election. In fact, Trump was the only one. Yes, there are multiple unindicted co-conspirators, but Meadows wasn't there in those unindicted co-conspirators. And that seems a little odd. And now we have a pretty good idea why that's happening. Here's the other part of the story, though. Meadows obviously was in fact indicted in Georgia. So even if he was able to escape prosecution at the federal level with Jack Smith's investigation, he wasn't able to do it with Fani Willis. Now, that could mean a couple different things. One of them is that there really hasn't been that much communication between Jack Smith and Fani Willis. Jack Smith could have said, hey, listen, we're looking into a lot of the same things here. I've got a cooperating witness here. I know you want to charge him, but he's given us valuable information. We're working on a deal. Please don't do that. As far as we know, the conversation didn't happen. But Meadows is trying to get his case removed to federal court. And during those hearings that are supposed to be coming up next week, we might see Willis back off a little bit. Maybe saying, okay, you know what? We'll be nice with Mr. Meadows. We understand he's cooperating over here. We don't want to screw that up. So maybe we'll go this route. Maybe Willis is still trying to get Meadows to flip in her investigation. We don't know. There's a lot of different things that could be happening. We don't even know what he said. All we know is that he did talk, and it did help with those investigations. We'll find out more as these things go on. Ring of Fire has fresh content 7 days a week, so if you want to be reminded about it, don't forget to subscribe to the channel, hit the little bell to be notified every time a new video goes up.